There's those who would say that a CNC machine is already a robot, so why in the world would I give that robot automation over its most dangerous part? Hey everybody, my name is Sam and welcome back to Samcraft. In today's video, that's right, I'm going to be giving this CNC a little bit more self-awareness and allowing it to say when that router turns on and off. For that level of automation, I've purchased an add-on for this machine, and this is something that's sold by Carbide 3D, the manufacturers of the Shapeoko Pro, made specifically for this machine. This item is called a BitRunner. Sounds interesting, but what does it actually do? So here is exactly what a BitRunner is and what it does. A BitRunner is an add-on product sold by Carbide 3D, the same company that made the CNC machine, and it allows you to control or automate the control of your router or spindle. That means as the machine runs through its G-code, according to the programs already existing in there, it will automatically turn the spindle on and off. This is not only convenient, it does also have a little bit of a safety feature, meaning if something goes wrong and you slap that pause button or emergency stop button, everything turns off. The machine will stop and the router itself will stop. You don't have to reach over with your hands, find the spindle, and turn it off manually. In addition to that, this BitRunner is strong enough to run not only your router, but a couple of other accessories. This could be run for your shop vac dust collection, some lights, and the router. All three at once. I can see that as being a really cool feature to have, especially if you have an enclosure or a dedicated dust collection vac for your CNC, and who knows, might twist my arm to make one or have one dedicated for this machine, just so it could be that cool. Out of the box, this BitRunner comes with the black box of magic itself and a mounting kit for the Shapeoko Pro. The Shapeoko Pro mounting kit for the BitRunner consists of two black aluminum standoffs, an aluminum bar, and a couple of machine screws to mount everything up. This also comes with a cable to connect to your control board and a small little adapter to retrofit your control board should you have an older model Shapeoko. For mounting on the Shapeoko Pro, it's pretty straightforward. You go to the left side of your machine, near the back, count up on the second and fifth threaded hole on the side of your wire rail extrusion, and install your two standoffs. They thread right in place, and getting them hand tight should be good enough. Once the standoffs are in place, you then attach the oblong silver plate. I don't know how to describe it. The Pro mounting plate. You thread it into place and connect it to those black standoffs with the two machine screws included. Once that is done, then you can go ahead and mount the BitRunner's box to that new plate. In my case, my kit was missing those two machine screws, so I had to search around for two metric M6 bolts. Thankfully I had them. Hopefully you don't run into this issue though, and you have all the hardware you need to mount this to your Pro. There is enough clearance inside the base extrusion, the frame that makes up the very base of the table, for you to run the wire all the way through from one side to the other inside that extrusion. Pretty cool. I don't know if that's by design or where everyone just got lucky, but it's great all the same. I have a strand of fish tape, wire right here, run through this back extrusion, and I taped it to the other end of the cable or the wire. I'm going to slowly pull it through and hope that it makes it all the way. The tape doesn't give out. I used blue painter's tape. That ain't what you're supposed to use. That's what I had. That's what I used. Hopefully it makes it across and it doesn't fray the wires or anything on the extrusion. It's sharp. Be nice to have two people. Someone pulling the wire as someone feeds it, but I'm not two people. Just one. Yay, you made it. Good job, blue tape. Alright, with the wire pulled through. Oh no, that's the wrong end. Nah, just kidding. But make sure you be careful when you pull this through that you pull the correct end of the cable for each side. That would be annoying. With the correct end of the wire pulled through, it's as simple as plugging it into the BitRunner. Feeding the wire through the very back of that extrusion was not the most easy thing to do until I actually just took the time to roll my table out, and then I could push with one end and pull with the other. I just barely had enough arm reach to pull it. I also used a fish tape, which helped a lot to pull everything across, and then I just buttoned up the excess with a little bit of zip ties here and there, tucked them around, and otherwise did okay enough cable management. Once it was connected to the controller board, plugging up the spindle or router to the BitRunner is very easy. You just connect it where it would plug into, and then that other really long cord, you take it over and plug it into the wall. That's it. It's super basic. This BitRunner is very much plug and play, especially with the Shapeoko Pro. You connect it to the controller, connect to the router, connect it to the wall, enable it in the software, and you're good to go. Alright, everything's looking good so far. I have a generic job file loaded up. I went ahead and set the 0 with my bit that far off the wasteboard. There's nothing on here. I just want to start the job and see if, yes, the BitRunner does turn the router on. If it turns it on, it means it'll turn it off. I'm just not going to wait the hour for the job file to run. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the job. It's going to want me to put my bit in, and it's going to probe it. I will put the bit in, turn the switch on, let it probe and do its own thing. Alright, I'm pressing start job right now. And now start. Here it is asking me to insert my tool. Done. Now I'll turn the router switch on. And I'm going to tell it to resume. Here it is going to probe the tool with the bit setter. At this point, it should automatically turn the spindle on, I believe. Oh, it works! Yay! Alright, now I'm going to press pause. It's supposed to turn the router off when you press pause. Awesome! So it turned the router off. I got the machine paused, or the job is paused. I'm going to go ahead and press start again, and it should start the router back up on its own. Those tolerances over there on the left side of the rail are pretty tight, but not a bad move by Carbide 3D. It's a pretty good location for it as far as clearances with the carriage, gantry, and all the stuff. I wish the BitRunner switch was closer up front. Part of me wonders if one couldn't just open the case and put a little extension wires on that switch, maybe mount it up here on an end plate. Maybe that's a little squirrel idea for later. But as it is, it still is beneficial, still useful, albeit a little bit out of the way. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for me down below. If you would like to get a BitRunner for your machine, I'll put a link to Carbide 3D's website down below for it. It's not an affiliate link. I get no benefit from your clicks, but I still want to provide the information and stuff and links for you. Thanks for watching as always. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time in the workshop.